Hey, hey. Welcome to the show. I'm John Hollis. You're listening to Rockers in Recovery, and you're watching us on Rockers in Recovery TV. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and hanging out with us. We got a great show in store. We have, of course, Liberty DeVitto. That's going to be with us here in a couple of minutes. And we also have Christine Ohlman following up, Lib. And we're looking for a great time had by all. You know, there's some good stuff going on, coming up here pretty quickly. We have Recovery Month that's going to be happening. And, of course, that's some stuff that's going to be taking place here in Broward County and, of course, across the country. It is Recovery Month. And Rockers in Recovery will be up in Rhode Island on the 15th, in Providence on September 15th, and we're going to be doing a unplugged set with Richie, Ricky, and Chasm. We are also going to be playing a little show out at the Bellagio with Richie, Ricky, and Chasm. And it's all unplugged sets. Unplugged sets with Rockers in Recovery are pretty cool because what we do is we go into different treatment programs and we hang out and, Richie or Ricky or Chasm, whoever it may be, tells their story. And then what they do is they play a 6 or 7 song set acoustically and really get to be able to carry their message of hope that way. Rockers in Recovery Unplugged can be found at rockersinrecovery.org. You can find out more information about that. Rockers in Recovery is also having a festival. It's November 2nd through the 4th, and that's 2012 right down here in South Florida at C.B. Smith Park. And we're looking forward to everybody coming out and hanging out with us. You know, the Rockers in Recovery Festival is basically, what it comes down to is a recovery palooza, a sober Woodstock. It's going to be a blast had by all. We got 20-plus bands, plus we have the Rockers in Recovery Band. The Rockers in Recovery Band, if you're not aware of who the Rockers in Recovery Band is, it is Liberty DeVitto, Christine Ohlman. We also have Ricky Byrd from Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. We also have Richie Supa from famed Aerosmith and a writer for many, many people. We also have Mark Stein from the Vanilla Fudge on keyboards, Chasm Sultan on bass. We have some special guests that are going to be hanging out with us at this particular event in November. We have some special guests that will be announced prior to the event, but we also have Ronnie Fischenfeld, and she's going to be hanging out with us. We're looking forward to having her there. And Woody Giesman from the famed Del Fuegos, and Woody's going to be hanging out too. Again, 20-plus bands. It's a camp out. You can actually call C.B. Smith Park for more information to, get involved with the camp out. You can reach them at 954-357-5170, and that's C.B. Smith Park. I want to thank, of course, Treatment Solutions Network, Miami Subs and Grill. They are the main sponsors. Plus, we just had an added sponsor, and that is the Hard Rock Casino. The Seminole Hard Rock Casino has just come aboard also as a sponsor. Broward County Sheriff's Department, South Florida Attorney, First Step Sober House, and, of course, anybody that I might have missed. Anybody, I apologize, but that's the list I have so far. And most importantly, you can buy tickets. You can buy tickets at 954-826-4920. You can also go to rockersinrecovery.org and buy them there online. You have a $20 ticket for the day. And that $20 ticket can be used any day. Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. You want to buy 3 of them, you buy 3 of them and come all, through the whole 3 days. But it's $20 to go. Listen, I don't know about you, but, $20 used to last me about 3 minutes in the local crack den. So for me to be able to go and hang out and have fun for $20 in a safe environment all day long on our own little island that is 5 acres, that's part of the C.B. Smith Park. It's an open-air amphitheater, and, of course, we'll have everything there, everything from people that are coming to do pulled pork sandwiches to vendors of all types of recovery items. It's going to be a fun time had by all. We're looking forward to a great time. I also want to take this time to say hello to my buddy Danny K. Danny K is a brand new grandpa, and just his son and his daughter-in-law just had their first baby. Congratulations to Danny and his family. We want to right now go to, of course, our friend Liberty DeVitto. And Lib, are you with us?
I'm here.
Look at you. Look at you in the flesh.
I'm here. Look at me. Can you see me?
Can you see me now? Listen, you look great. How's the weather up there in New York? Are you enjoying the weather?
It sucks, man. It's really overcast, and it's just like, ready to rain.
Well, listen, we're really glad that you had, the time to be able to spend with us, a little bit here tonight. Yeah. And it's going to be you and Christine. I was honored to be able to come up and do some video of the Slim Kings. And tell us a little bit about the Slim Kings. Tell us a little bit about them.
Yeah, the Slim Kings is a group. I've been working with this guy, Michael Sackler Burner. He's a singer-songwriter, young guy, 28 years old. And the way we started was he asked me to play on some of his demos. I said, cool, yeah. So he has a friend, Henry plays guitar. And he said, Henry's coming out from San Francisco. Let's sit down and try to write some stuff and see what happens. So I said, what do you want to start a band? And he said, yeah, kind of. And I said, well, we'll get a bass player. We got Kevin Jenkins to play bass. And the next thing you know, the Slim Kings were born.
Beautiful stuff. And I'll tell you what, we were able to spend some time in Soho with Liberty and the band and shoot some video. And what we're going to do real quick is we're going to go to Colombian Money, which is something that was actually recorded live. And we're going to go to that, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the Slim Kings and other things that the Slim Kings are doing, and, of course, the festival that's coming up. We'll be back right after this video.
How long I've been on?
The Slim Kings, recorded live in Soho. What a night it was. We all had a blast. And, of course, you get to do these things in recovery. It was myself, Lori, and Danny Kaye, and there was a bunch of us hanging out. It was really, really incredible, and we had just a fun time. Ricky Byrd came out, and Muddy Shoes was there, and we had Christine, even the Beehive Queen. I think she sang a number, too. I think we got that also videotaped. It was a fun time had by all. And something, that's part of recovery for me, is to be able to go to different shows, go to different events, go hang out with people, enjoy yourselves, and something, you get to go home and remember it all. There was a long time ago that I went to a show, I didn't remember nothing. They were telling me what I did. So the good news is that we get to have fun today in recovery. We get to listen to music. We get to hear the importance in that feeling that music gives us. And something, I'm sure, Lib, when you sit down and you start to produce something today, it's totally different than what it was like when you were using.
Oh, it was so different. It's like in the old days, we used to come in. Sometimes I'd be heading towards the studio, getting ready to leave the house, and I'd get a phone call and say, forget it, don't come in today. Somebody's over the top from last night, or they just can't get up today, or, it's been canceled. So many times that has happened. And this way, it's so great to go in, hear things clearly, remember what you did the day before. It's just wonderful. I want to mention that we had Billy J. Kramer come out that night when you were there too.
Yeah, that's right, Billy J. Kramer. Yep.
Billy doesn't really go out often because of that reason. Like, he doesn't like to be around people that are drunk or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I was really grateful that he came out along with the rest of you. It was fantastic.
And it was really great to meet because, Billy J. Kramer, by the way, give a little backline on Billy J. Kramer.
Oh, Billy J., man. Billy was signed to Brian Epstein at the same time as the Beatles was signed. And the Beatles wrote his first 4 singles. Billy J. actually did Do You Want to Know a Secret? And I Call Your Name before the Beatles recorded them. And then Bad to Me, which was written by John Lennon and Paul McCartney, was his first bad hit. And then big hit, and then they did "I'll Be on My Way" is another song that the Beatles wrote for him. So he was very close with them in the early days.
Well, in the Rockers in Recovery magazine coming out in the September issue, there's a full article on Billy J. Kramer, and of course interviewed by Liberty DeVitto. So Lib gets to give us a little bit more insight into the Rockers in Recovery magazine and Billy J. Kramer, what's going on with Billy J. too, because he's doing some stuff too. He's actually recording, and you're in with that too, right?
Yeah. He's actually recording now. He's writing songs. After all these years, he picked up a guitar, and all of a sudden he's writing these songs. He wrote a song called "From Liverpool with Love," which is just beautiful. It's instead of writing a book about himself, he's writing songs about himself and what it was like. Fantastic.
It's incredible when you get right down to the underlying feelings and emotions and different things that you've experienced, and then you get to put them into words like that. I looked at the a couple of the videos that we had shot when we were up there, and you can see that even yourself, when you look at you always got a smile on your face. You're always happy. You're plugged into life today, and you're enjoying it, and you can see that. That's a good thing, man.
Yeah. And with Billy J., to see him writing songs now about his past, and admitting that he's shocked that he survived and made it this far. The man's been 25 years sober now, And I mean, he used to drop 100 pounds on the bar and not just leave it there, you know, get so smashed, walk out and forget that he had money on the bar, that kind of thing, you know.
And 100 pounds, for those who are listening, that's English money. Not 100 pounds of reefer.
Yeah, he didn't lose fat at the
So listen, Rockers in Recovery Music Fest is right around the corner. Lib's going to be playing drums, as he always does, for the Rockers in Recovery band. And I got to tell you, folks, that, you know, I've been honored to watch Lib come and be a part of Rockers in Recovery and become a part of the Rockers in Recovery family, man, because that's what it really is it's like a family, and we all get to hang out and enjoy each other's company, but most importantly, really get to be able to carry a message. Last time Lib was here, he was able to speak to about 180 people in recovery, and it was so refreshing for me to be able to see Lib do that and to be able to help the people that he helped that day.
Yeah, that was a great thing that we did when we went to that meeting. It was like I said, this whole thing about Rockers in Recovery. When I look around, you know, you're on stage and you're looking out at the people, you know, and you remember what it was like being in a bar and people thinking they're tough, you know, real tough guys and stuff like that, you know, and slamming drinks and stuff like that. When I look out at the people at the Rockers in Recovery audience, and I see the really tough people, the really strong people, the people that said, hey, man, I need help. I've gone too far. I need help. And that takes strength to me. That's powerful. That really moved me.
And I'm glad that you noticed that, because what I have noticed more so than anything is the camaraderie and the spirit of love. It's intense. You start to put all of those folks together, and the music and the spirit that moves you guys as you musicians then filters right into the audience, and you can see the whole thing. You can actually reach out and touch the spirit of it all. It's incredible stuff, man. It really is.
Yeah, that's what Billy had mentioned. Billy J. Kramer had mentioned that in the interview that I did, that he felt alone in the beginning. You really feel alone, and then to see, like you said, the camaraderie that happens at the Rockers in Recovery show is amazing. I mean, there's people out there that are just like me, just like you, and it's great to see. It's really a great thing that you put together.
Well, it's more I got to tell you that I don't believe that without the whole we, you know, the universe drops people into our lives, especially exactly when they're supposed to be dropped into our lives. And when you start to, you know, put all of that collectively together, it wouldn't be anything if it wasn't for all of us. You know, Richie Soup, I got to tell you, the other thing is Richie's been working his butt off down here, just like you guys have worked up there for Rockers in Recovery, and Ricky Bird and Chasm and Christine. A lot of people have put a lot of energy into this, and, you know, kudos to the Rockers in Recovery band, because you guys, you know, really make Rockers in Recovery, the live sense of it, what it is today.
Well, you know, it's playing music, and for people who appreciate great music and giving them the chance to actually rock out, you know, in an environment where they feel comfortable and feel welcome, as we feel welcome. It's a great thing.
You know, this is going to take place November 2nd through the 4th. It's going to be at C.B. Smith Park, and, of course, that's 900 North Flamingo Road in Pembroke Pines, Florida. It's inside a 299-acre park is a 5-acre island, and on this 5-acre island, it's called the Concert Green. They have a actual fixed stage, and it's an open-air amphitheater, and it's going to be really, really incredible. You can also, if you choose to, you can also hang out and camp out, or you can come per day and hang out with us. Rockersinrecovery.org is where you can find more information on that, or you can call 954-826-4920. Also, I want to just add to this, you know, without the help of places like Treatment Solutions Network and Jim Bevel, who is the main sponsor of the event, along with the Hard Rock Casino, who just came aboard with us last week, which was amazing, and also Miami Subs and Grill. They're the three main sponsors of this. We also have, other event sponsors that are working with us and that are making this possible. But, there's 20 bands, Lib. You got the Serpentines, Elizabeth Edwards, the Douglas Hirsch Group, Jimmy Stowe and the Stowaways. You have Thrown Alive, Blackfinger, the Chillbillies, Selfish Steam. You got Patty B, Keep Coming Back Band, Johnny B and the Road Dogs. It goes on and on and on and on and on. And the good news is, folks, is that we get to pick Liberty up at the boat on Saturday morning because he's going to be hanging out. He's going to be out at sea. So we're hoping that, Lib gets to make it back and no pirates actually take over the ship.
Fantastic.
Hey, listen, you're doing something with Ronnie Spector on that trip. Is that correct?
Yes, I've never been on a cruise before, so this should be a real treat. Last night we were talking about it. Most of the band hasn't been on a cruise, and we're talking about who's going to get the thing in their ears, who's going to get the bracelets, who's going to take Dramamine. It's like, I think I'm going to be over the rail on most of the trip, Then I get back, land in Fort Lauderdale, get in the car, and come over to you. I can't wait.
You'll be playing that night at 7 o'clock.
That's right. That's right.
Well, we'll make sure that the Dramamine is worn off. We'll get you over to the Hody. You can take a nap. I think you're going to need a nap after that.
Yeah, that'll be nice. I plan on napping a lot on the boat.
Well, again, you got the Slim Kings. Lots of great work happening there. You have, of course, what you're doing, writing now, some things here and there for Rockers in Recovery. What else are you doing that you'd like to let people know and where they can find what you're doing?
I do. Well, Billy J. Kramer does a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. Camp Jam is a thing where we take kids and put them into bands, because a kid plays an instrument, he practices in his bedroom, but he really has to be in a band to do things, to play live. And we put them in bands. It's a week-long camp, but Camp Jam just signed with the Palace Hotels, and their Palace Hotels is branding the Hard Rock name now. Mm-hmm. And so we do the all-inclusive hotels in Cancun and in the Dominican Republic, and that's been a great thing. And the money that we raise when we do the final concert at the end of the week in these places goes to the charity I love is Little Kids Rock, which is it puts instruments in the hands of kids in underprivileged areas and underprivileged schools and stuff like that. It's really fantastic.
Do you and let's talk a little bit more about that, Little Kids at Rock. Give us a little bit more of how that all started, because I understand you're one of the directors. You're an honorary director of that.
Yeah. Little Kids Rock was started by a gentleman named Dave Wish. He was a school teacher out in California, and he saw the kids just hanging out in the hallways. So he said, I'll give you guitar lessons if you promise to come every once a week at least. So he started out with 20 kids, and he now has like 85,000 kids in the United States in the different chapters of Little Kids Rock around the country. And it's been an amazing thing. He gets guitar companies to contribute guitars, drums, keyboards, and all kinds of things like that. And the kids, when you walk in there, I go in there sometimes, and Sabian Cymbals will give me some stuff to give out to the kids, and they just light up. So, and if a kid takes guitar, he plays for a year and takes lessons and sticks with it. He gets to keep the guitar. So it's a fantastic thing. They write songs. It's beautiful.
And that's littleKidRocks.org is where you can find that.
Yes.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. And again, we're working on the new .org site for Rockers in Recovery, and that is going to be one of the organizations that you can find on the website. We're updating that daily, so check back at rockersinrecovery.org. You can find it there. But for right now, go to littlekidsrock.org and help out with some donations. Or, hey, do you guys take do they take people that don't use their instruments anymore? If they want to be able to donate them, can you do something like that?
Yeah. I ran into a woman last night after I played with Ronnie Spector, and she said that her son, she had a birthday party for her son or a bar mitzvah or something like that, and the centerpiece was a snare drum with a cymbal attached to it. And after the party, she donated all that equipment to Little Kids Rock.
Oh, that's cool, man. You know, so Lib, you're a dynamite human being. You are filled with love. The sincerity that comes out of you for your missions, whatever you know, when you dive into something, you know, you really put your all into it, and for that, it's all because, and I believe this, it's all because we're clean and sober today, and we get to do these things.
Well, you know, John, I was hooked when you first told me, when we were sitting in the Iridium in New York City, and you first told me about Rockers in Recovery. But then when I met your wife, Lori, it was all over for me. Anytime you want me to come down, I'm there.
She's sitting right here in the room, brother. She's sitting right here, man. You got a big smile on her face. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, that makes my life a lot nicer tonight, Lib. She's smiling. Yeah. I am so happy that you're on with me tonight. I'm going to thank you for being a part of Rockers in Recovery, of course, RIR TV tonight. We're going to bring you back, when we get closer to the event. But most importantly, if you have things that come up, me and Lib have been talking about maybe throwing together a show and talking about the history of rock and roll with the Beatles all the way through. Yeah. And more will be revealed on that. So we're going to put something together and make that happen at least a couple of times a month if you're into it, Lib.
It'd be great. Yeah,
sounds
That'd
great.
Be great.
Listen, man, we want to thank you for being on for sure.
Well, thank you, and make sure Chris is there to roadie for me, okay?
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
All right, man.
Much love, man. We'll be talking to you soon. All right, guys.
Okay, take care.
Yeah, man.
Bye.
See ya. And that's our friend Liberty DeVitto from New York City. He's hanging out with us, and we want to thank everybody for tuning in to the first half of the show. We got, of course, Christine Ohlman hanging out here in the wings, and she'll be on with us here momentarily. I want to have everybody hang out and listen to the message that's coming up. Because of this message, we get to be able to carry a message to you, and we're going to have a word from our sponsor, Treatment Solutions.
Treatment Solutions was really designed so that there would be a place that people could go and everybody could get help.
Being able to call one person and have them start to map out a plan of action is incredible. There are many things that you won't understand in life, or the name of something won't make sense to you. How does it describe what you do? Treatment Solutions. We're providing solutions to treatment issues. What was so impressive to me about Treatment Solutions was that when I needed the services, I picked up the phone, called the number, and got the CEO of the company. That amazed me. And being able to have a point of contact, have a person that I could call all the way through the process was very comforting to me.
We have brought together the finest treatment centers in the country so that when you call us, we have the right solution for you.
The majority of the people that work for Treatment Solutions have come from a union background.
I was a Teamster for many years. I drove a tri-axle dump truck on the Big Dig in Boston.
I've been a Teamster. I've been a firefighter. I've paid union dues for 40 years.
When the Chrysler guys got laid off, how they showed up on the scene and were there to provide services both to the membership and the EAPs was just, I just couldn't believe how willing they were to do that without being paid for it.
We just believe in organized labor. We believe in people that care about each other. Our motivation is you and what's best for you and how do we get you where you really need to be.
Terrible flood, and some people
we're back. That was Christine Ohlman, and of course her band, and that was Cradle Did Rock. And Christine, welcome to the show. We want to thank you for being a part of Rockers in Recovery tonight, and you always look fabulous.
Thank you so much, John. I want the listeners to know that I teased my hair up just for the show tonight. This was going to be a resting day for the Beehive, but it's not, because I'm here with you on Rockers in Recovery.
We love it. We love having you a part of Rockers in Recovery. Anytime we get a chance to have Christine on, it's a good thing. Always a good message. Always great hope. You know what I mean?
Thank you so much, John. It's always great to talk to you.
You know, Christine, some great things Christine's been doing lately. Let me tell you some of the past over the last couple of weeks here. Literally, she just did a show with the Blind Boys of Alabama. And,
that's right.
And it was incredible. We couldn't really get the video to be able to put it up, but if you go to YouTube, you can actually put in Christine Ohlman and the Blind Boys of Alabama, and it comes right up, and you can watch the video. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it was a cell phone video, kind of jerky, but, the camera kind of got jerked around a little bit. But I'll tell you, it was part of the WC Handy Festival in Muscle Shoals at the end of July. I was there for my own show and also was asked to be the special guest of the Blind Boys. What a thrill, and so deep for someone like me and the way I sing and the kinds of music that I like. It was just such an honor.
You also did a show, I think it was a couple of days before, that was on Wednesday night or Thursday night.
Yes, Thursday night.
It was a streaming show, and you were on for 2 hours. What a great show that was. The quality was just unbelievable. It's really, really good.
Yes, thank you. That's a long-running podcast called Muscle Shoals to Music Row that is run by the Phillips family of Sun Records, Jerry Phillips. So it's Jerry has long settled in the Shoals, even though his father, Sam Phillips, of course, was from Memphis, where Sun Studios is still located. So it's a long-running show, and really they have a complete setup. And again, I was really very honored to be asked. So yeah, I was able to see it afterward, and I was very happy with it myself.
Yeah, it was great. And you know something, when you look at something like that and the quality of it and the music quality of it, and it's all combined together, you can actually feel it. You're sitting there. I sat and watched the whole thing. And
thank you.
It was amazing.
Yeah, that's an amazing band called the Decoys from Muscle Shoals. They are the reigning studio kings of the Muscle Shoals scene, and they are very good friends, and they came on board with me and were good enough to back me up for that show. So I was really grateful.
I also want to take this time to, we have talked many times in the past when you come on the show about cancer awareness and all of that. And today, when we were posting the stuff on Facebook for people to be able to come and watch the show, you had thrown up a post in regards to breast cancer awareness, and I want you to just tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I'm sure hopefully you posted the link, because I don't remember the link, John, but this is a CD that was put together again by some Muscle Shoals people, some Alabama people, for the Breast Cancer Research Foundation of Alabama, a guy named Scott Ward, and his mother is now recovering from breast cancer. So he got an unbelievable group of people, and it's only available for download right now. It's called The Heaping Helping. And people like the Oak Ridge Boys, Shelby Lynn, myself, Muscle Shoals musicians like Donnie Fritz and Spooner Oldham and Paul Thorne, who's a great Americana artist from Tupelo, Mississippi. He got a really great group of people to contribute tracks for this. And it's just come on. It's on Bandcamp for download. So people can go now, I guess, to the Rockers in Recovery site. And I'm really grateful for you doing that, to see the links for this CD. I contributed a song called The Storm. The Storm is on a CD I have called Strip. And it's a song about how love will not be moved, no matter what happens. And I thought it was appropriate for that CD.
Good stuff, and you can find it at Rockers in Recovery on Facebook, and you can find it right under Christine's picture. It is a link there, and you can go right to it. And later on tonight, I'll make sure that it gets put out everywhere, like what we do with everything else.
Thank you. I also have one other piece of news I think you know.
Tell me.
May I say?
Do tell.
I appear on the new Ian Hunter CD, and it comes out on the 4th of September. It's called When I'm President, and I'm on 4 cuts, and it's really, I'm so happy. Ian is a friend, and he's also a friend of Ricky's, Ricky Bird's, a good friend of Ricky Bird's, and Ricky played in Ian's band, as a matter of fact, for a while, and it's a great record. I'm very excited for Ian. So it's called When I'm President, Ian Hunter, and it comes out, it's up for pre-order on Amazon now. So get it. You can get it for $9.99, folks.
Ian Hunter.
Go get it.
$9.99. Nice. Everybody, hey, listen.
Yeah.
I was just listening to all the young dudes this morning, actually, as I was putting stuff together for the show, and you can't help but think about, Ian, and he's really produced a lot of great stuff, and he's got great talent like you behind him. What more could you ask for?
Yes, his solo records are wonderful. If people only know him from Mata Hoople, they really should check out his solo records. I'm on a couple of them. As I say, I'm really glad to be on this newest one.
Sounds great. And one of the things that you can also do is go to ChristineOhlman.net, and you can find out all of her upcoming shows. She's got her schedule there. And let me tell you something, folks. The Beehive Queen does not let grass grow under her feet at all. At all. She can be in Kentucky one day, and Astra Beulah the next, and L.A. the following.
That's right. You better believe it. Our New York fans, the NYC Hit Squad, will be appearing, which is really the Rockers in Recovery band with just a few different changes. Will be appearing at Iridium Jazz in New York on Wednesday, September 12th.
Yeah, and
so come on out to the Big Apple.
You're also doing a festival, right? A seafood fest?
We're doing a festival this Sunday, yes, August 26th, out on Long Island. Yeah, in Sayville, Long Island. We'll be out there, the Seafood Festival, and they better have some fried clams.
Nice.
For me.
So when you take the whole component of being able to share a message through your music, because you've been sharing a message through your music, if you get a chance to listen to the deep end, you will understand that she is all about sharing a message, and it's a message of hope, and even through all of the pain and all of the things that she's going through in that music, at the end, it's all about hope. And when you share hope with people through your music, Christine, how does it come back to you? Because you got to see it coming back to you in certain ways. How does it come back to you?
Oh, well, boy, that's a great question. You always ask the best questions, John. Nobody's ever asked me that. It comes back to me in a number of ways. It comes back to me just in live situations from the audience. It's always amazing. When I meet them afterwards, I always meet and greet afterwards. When I meet them afterwards, I have some amazing conversations with people about the music and how it has affected them and comforted them, which means so much to me because it comforts me. So it's amazing to have that two-way flow with people. It also, with the advent of social media, I get so many great people sharing their thoughts with me on Facebook. And I'm, by the way, on Facebook, I am the Beehive Queen, Christine Ohlman, Beehive Queen. Please join me. And I really enjoy interacting with people that way. But, John, it's also come back to me in so many of my professional associations with people like the great staff at Rockers in Recovery, wonderful, wonderful staff, and many other, the New Orleans Musicians Clinic, many other places that I participated in over the years. Honestly, I lost my husband 7.5 years ago, and I've really gone into high gear since then, trying to really give back. And it's been enormously comforting to me. I guess that's the best thing. I mean, I get comfort from sharing. And I think any artist that doesn't think that they need to share is really not an artist, if I may say so.
Yeah, and that's what makes the Beehive Queen the Beehive Queen, and the love of the Beehive Queen. And you can only experience that by, you're seeing a show right now, but when you're with her and you're hearing her and you're hearing it in her voice and you're hearing it in her music, it's just incredible stuff. What do you have coming up? I know you and Rebel Montez, your band, is going to be doing some stuff. What do you guys got going on?
Yes, Christine Ohlman and Rebel Montez, which is the band that represents I have 6 records out, will be appearing in Hartford, Connecticut, and Kingston, Rhode Island, so basically New England appearances. I'll be down in Baltimore, Maryland on the 29th of September for a wonderful charity called Casey Cares. It's a private Make-A-Wish foundation, and I have a long-standing relationship with them. But I'm really looking forward, of course, to the Rockers in Recovery Festival, which is coming up November 2nd through the 4th, and we'll be appearing on Saturday, November 3rd, the Rockers in Recovery Band, along with a great lineup of bands, I have to say, really great.
Yeah,
and we're looking forward to that. Yeah,
20 bands, 20 plus bands now, and solo artists along with the Rockers in Recovery Band. It is one of those God things because it just keeps kind of doing its own thing, and you just keep nurturing it and putting it out there, and it kind of keeps just taking its own shape. And I'm really, me and Lori and of course, Richie and Ricky and yourself and a lot of other people are really, it's kind of like the way it's taking shape, it's going to be an amazing thing. I really believe that.
Yeah, we are all part of a family, as I'm sure everybody can tell who participates in watches these broadcasts. We're all part of a family. It's very important, all of us together.
Good stuff, man. And one of the things that happens when Christine comes, she's like the mother. I got to be honest with you. She keeps everybody in line. She keeps everybody straight. Wouldn't you agree, Lori?
Lori, we love you, Lori. We love you. Without you, certainly none of this could happen without you. Lori is John's long-suffering wife.
That was beautiful, man.
And a rocket chicken. I'm sorry. Of course I didn't mean that, but no, Lori is a rockin' chick, and she is a huge, huge part of the team.
Absolutely.
And we love you.
Absolutely. We do love our Lori, don't we? Now, rockersinrecovery.org is where you can find out all the information for the upcoming events. Also, you can find out information on Christine and get to Christine through there. You can also go to ChristineOhlman.net, and you can find out all kinds of stuff about Christine there. You can find her on Facebook, and the Facebook page, the Beehive Queen Christine Ohlman, is incredible. There's a lot of stuff that she talks about. You can see the interaction with the people. You can really hang out and be a part of what Christine's doing. What we're going to do right now is we're going to go out. We're going to play a quick trailer from Train Kept a Rollin', and this was from the May 26th concert. And then after that's done, we're going to come back.
Oh, fabulous.
Finish up with Christine, and of course, we'll be out for the evening. But hang tight, Christine. We'll be right back.
All right, John. Thank you.
We're here at the show, and we're, of course, hanging out with Christine Ohlman. I want to thank Christine for being a part of the show tonight. I also want to take this time to talk about two things real quick. we have two events coming up real quick. In September, we got the Rhode Island Rally for Recovery, and we're going to be up there. Me, Richie, Ricky, and Chasm are going to be up there, and that's going to be on the September 15th, and it's going to be right in Providence, and they're having a huge, huge festival downtown. You can go to rockersandrecovery.org, click on the calendar, and find out more information. Also in September, we have the Broward National Recovery Month, and it's going to be held at the Central Broward Regional Park, and that's going to be from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on the 22nd of September. So make sure you're a part of that. And then we have the Lifestyles International Intervention Conference that's coming up at the Bellagio, and we've been invited to the Bellagio. Rockers in Recovery have invited to the Bellagio. Who'da thunk it?
Wow.
So we're heading out to the Bellagio, and we get to come home without handcuffs. You know what I mean? This is a beautiful, beautiful day. And most importantly, we get to share a message of hope as we do this. And we get to be able to sit here tonight and talk with a beautiful lady like Christine Ohlman. Christine, let's talk about something that is near and dear to you. You've been a part of the Saturday Night Live band for, what, 20 years now?
20 years.
And has that changed? I mean, has that whole scope, because it's changed so much. Listen, when it was Belushi and all the gang, and you fast forward, how many years, 40 years or whatever it's been now, when you fast forward, you've seen half of those changes. Has it really come like full circle for you where you've seen so many different things, or is it always new and fresh?
No, everything is always new and fresh for me. That show is it's the crew is really the most amazing thing about that show. There's always something going on. I mean, it's true that we do sort of the same things every week, but the skits are always different, and the situations are always different. The music is always different. Mm-hmm. So, and I try to wake up and live each day. I can't, as I know most of your listeners do. It's really the way to do it. So, therefore, every day is a new day, and every gig is a new gig, and every experience is new. I think that's the way to keep things fresh.
One of the best things that I had seen was the Muppets episode, and you had told me a little bit behind the scenes how intense that was to put together. And to hear you talk about that and the intensity of it is pretty amazing. Amazing, so amazing. And it was, I mean, when you do a skit like that, it's live. When they're doing it, it's live actually going on at that time.
It's not only live. People don't even know. There's not even a 7-second delay. There's nothing.
Wow.
Lauren Michaels, who's the producer of the show, never wanted a 7-second delay, and he's resisted it all these years. And so that's really, truly live.
Oh, wow, that's incredible. Well, you got dating back. And I was at this actually, you were at Bob Dylan's 30th anniversary in Madison Square Garden, and you actually sang, and it was funny because I was actually there. I was part of WPDH out of Poughkeepsie, and I was there with some of their credentials, and we were doing some different things there, and it was an incredible show. And I actually thought back, and I remember actually you performing. It was actually pretty intense for me.
Yeah, that was first of all, that was the first ever big compilation show, so that Neil Young called it Bob Fest. His name for it was Bob Fest. That was the first time that they'd had a huge number of stars that it was broadcast. Correct. Broadcast over at the time HBO. Yep. And back in the day. No, I'm sorry, public television.
Was it PBS?
Back in the day. Yes, it was PBS. Okay. Broadcast live, and later they made DVDs of it, and it still comes around. An amazing show.
Yeah, great show.
Amazing show.
And when you get that kind of, there's a picture I have. I just put it up. That I had that was you had Eric Clapton, You had Bob Dylan, and you had Neil Young.
Neil Young.
Yeah, I mean, what a power trio right there alone.
All on the same stage. Yeah, Roger McGuinn. They were all on the same stage playing the same song. Yeah.
And you were younger at that point, you know, and of course you've been in music since you were 15 years old, correct?
Yeah.
So when you fast forward and you start to have these experiences in your life, these are experiences of a lifetime. These are things that, you know, are huge, you know, stuff happening to you. And, you know, that stuff can change people. How do you keep it from changing you? Because you're so down to earth and you're so loving and you're so nurturing. How do you keep it? Because there's some people that changes.
I always have believed that you should be a person first, and then an artist. I think if you're not strong in your own inner core for yourself, a lot of that stuff can just blow you away. It can tempt you, it can pull you in different directions, it can destroy you. I mean, you know, you've seen it time and time again. I think you have to be a person first. You have to try to have as much of a normal life as you can, and be good to yourself. I think you and I have spoken about this before, John. Be good to yourself. And I would say to people that are watching tonight, you know, eat right, get enough sleep, try to do things to keep your own body strong, and be good to yourself. And then you have the strength to do the other things that you need to do, among which, in my case, is our artistic things and singing and collaborating with people. But you have to have the strength to do that, and you have to have the focus to do that. And unless you have enough sleep and, you know, you eat right and things like that, take a vitamin. It may seem like that's the nitty gritty, you know, but it's important. It's really important.
Of course, this is words of wisdom and much hope and love from our friend Christine Ohlman, and the lead singer of the Rockers in Recovery band. And we look forward to, of course, Christine coming down November 2nd through the 4th. They're going to be playing on November 3rd. And November 3rd, they'll go on at 7 o'clock and they'll play until about 9 or, you know, around 9 o'clock, whatever it may be. And they're going to be on with, of course, Mark Stein. And this is what makes up the Rockers in Recovery band. You have Mark Stein from the Vanilla Fudge, Liberty DeVitto from Billy Joel, Christine Ohlman from the Saturday Night Live band, and Rebel Montez is her band, her personal band. And, of course, we have Ricky Byrd from Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Chasm Sultan from Blue Oyster Cult and Todd Rundgren. We have, of course, Richie Supa, our friend Richie from famed Aerosmith, and he's written for everybody. It's amazing. And we also have Woody Geisman that's going to be playing with the band again this year.
Wonderful.
And also we have a young lady. Her name is Randy Fischenfeld, and she has played. She's a classic violinist. She has played for Bruce Springsteen and B.B. King and some other people, and she's going to be there also. But we're looking forward to combining all of this together to carry a message of hope to folks out there that would like to receive that. And if you would like to receive that, you can go to rockersinrecovery.org. Come hang out with us, be a part of the Rockers in Recovery family, get motivated to carrying a message of hope, because reality, folks, is that music combined with education, combined with treatment, we get to be able to carry this message in a brand new way that nobody else is carrying it. And you know something, through this, we get to open up the doors so that way other people just like us get to form and get to carry it too. So we get to all do it together, and that's what this is all about. I want to thank everybody for being a part of the show tonight. Christine, you are the bomb. Liberty DeVitto.
Thank you, John.
Liberty DeVitto was on before. You guys are the bomb. Anytime I ask, you guys are on. I want to thank you so much for being a part of Rockers in Recovery.
Love you, Christine.
Well, it's an honor.
Yeah.
Yes, Lori. Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you too, baby. We love you. We love you.
Yeah, man. So that's we are going to, at this point, go to our final song, and this is a huge song. Mark Stein playing "Keep Me Hanging On," and we're going to go out with that. And I want to thank all of our watchers, all of our listeners, and everybody that's tuned in tonight. I want to thank Stephen J. Gray for the engineering of all of this and making it happen, and I also want to thank my beautiful bride, Lori, who has endured me for 19 years. There you go, folks. We're out for tonight. Thanks, Christine.
Bye, everybody.
How many of you remember the Ed Sullivan Show?
Bye.
Yeah. Well, when I was a young lad, we played You Keep Me Hanging On the Ed Sullivan Show with Vanilla Fudge, baby. 1, 2.
Check it out.
Set me free, why don't you, babe? Get out my life, why don't you, babe? You really don't want me, you just keep me hanging on. You really don't need me, you just keep me hanging on. Why do you keep coming around, playing with my heart? Why don't you get out of my life? Let me try to make a new start. Let me get over you the way you've got over me. So set me free, why don't you, babe? Get out my life, why don't you now? You really don't want me, you just keep me hanging on. You really don't need me, you just keep me hanging on. You said when we broke up, you just wanted to be friends. But how we still be friends when seeing you only breaks my heart again? There is nothing I can do about it. Talking about love, why don't you, babe? Talking about love, why don't you, babe? You really don't want me, you just keep me hanging on. You really don't need me, baby, you just keep me